Polish Airports is a series of 3 different scenery packages developed by Drzewiecki Design, which features many of Poland's major airfields and airports. Warsaw and Krakow, however, are separate. Recently, they are currently developing a new version 4 of their sceneries and have released Volume 1 in this new take on the series. In this review, I'll be looking in depth at the latest coming out of this development team. I do like the Polish Airports installer. No key is required, but you are asked to register the product upon install. You are also asked to install a second program, SimObject's Display Engine, which adds jet bridges and other items to the airport. It also asks if you want to install or leave out the static aircraft parked at each airport, and if you want Airport Enhancement Services compatibility. Once decided, the installer will automatically add the airports to your scenery list. Do note that the Polish airports only used to include 3, not 4 airports in their packages, meaning that one of them will be missing, in this case Gdansk. There is a manual which tells you about each airport, including their charts full of citizen stars and taxiway maps along with their history. Within Volume 1, the airports included are Katowice, Rzeszów Jasionka, Lublin Świdnik, and new to this package, Gdańsk Lech Wałęsa. Since joining the EU, the Polish government have spent millions on airport improvements thanks to EU financial backing. This has led to new terminals being built at numerous airports countrywide. The package includes the 2007 Katowice Terminal B, the Gdańsk Terminal Extension, the 2012 Rzeszów Terminal B, and the newly opened Lublin Airport. All of the buildings in this scenery are made to a very high quality standard, as the developers have paid very strong attention to detail, even for minor details along the buildings. Textures of each buildings are also of high quality. Photographs of each terminal were taken and stitched together to make them look almost as real life. Sometimes sceneries can look bad as textures make the buildings appear as flat, but this is not the case with this package. The ground mesh has also been shaped to match the real world, most notably in Lublin, where the right side of the terminal does go deeper to situate ground services stored underground. I do also like how the observation decks at each airport has been populated with plane spotters. All of the airports have their correct locations and taxiways. They are also lined up with VFR sceneries and other ground modifications. Textures are also done to a very high quality. For example, in Rzeszów, they repaved the western half of the runway in 2014, which this package depicts. Katowice, however, is the most impressive and does look fantastic to fly from, on the ground and from the sky. Each airport has its own night textures and sceneries. The terminal buildings and facilities do also look great at night, with more photos taken and stitched together to do so. On approach, PAPI lights do shine bright compared to the surrounding rural landscape, making these airports really good to fly into and land at. One thing worth noting is that VFR scenery has also been added to the surrounding area of each airport. Poland has very distinct shaped villages and long narrow fields, which this scenery does feature. Likewise, AGN files have also been included to put AutoGen on top of their real world buildings, bringing the flight simulator world to life. Cars also drive on major roads and car parks near each airport. One thing that this package does also excel at are seasonal textures. Previously, a season switcher was included where the user had to manually change the season that they were using. The new package does this automatically, and it does bring the world to life. I just adore flying into these Polish airports. They look fantastic, fit the surroundings well, and the modelling is just class. Using the demo version of each package for many years, I was glad to finally get the full version of Volume 1, which does include many of my favourite airports within Poland. The developers have put a lot of research into this package, and the end result is just absolutely fantastic. And I do highly recommend this scenery for people that fly into VFR airports, Polish airports in general, or fly many of the virtual airlines that have bases within Poland, for example Ryanair, Wizz Air and LOT Polish Airlines.